Genius Prismatic Mage. Chapter 3. Oh no. I came to check because it was getting rowdy. Looks like all three brothers were taken out. A bald, towering man probably around 190 centimeters with a muscular build had just kicked the door open. He stood facing Ray, who was in the pitch-black warehouse. The wide-open door let light flood in, casting his shadow directly across from Ray. He widened his eyes, gritted his teeth, and spoke each word through clenched jaws. By a little cat, thunder rumbled behind him, making the atmosphere even more terrifying. Ray kept a straight face and pulled down his hoodie. He knew exactly who the man was, the Hector Group's executive. Humphrey. He was intimidating as the rumors. Ray need to get out of here. Ray pushed off hard with one foot against the ground. Then simultaneously threw his right fist toward his opponent. Boom! Ray's right fist slammed into Humphrey's firm chest. At the same time, he lifted his right leg to kick him. He won't budge. Ray was taken aback. Dodge this. His voice was fierce and icy. Ray was caught off guard. The man ruthlessly swung his massive right hand, aimed straight at where Ray was standing, throwing a flurry of punches. Ray dodged to the side, narrowly evading the attack. Ray couldn't believe how fast he was. He's fast too. Humphrey launched a finishing blow, knocking Ray far away. You're quite fast, Humphrey said smugly. Ray regained his composure. He's on another level for sure. Humphrey continued throwing strong right punches at Ray, showing no intention of holding back. Ray kept standing there, facing him head-on. Ray struggled to dodge Humphrey's attacks. Ray instinctively feels uneasy. I instinctively know. Humphrey threw another right punch toward Ray, but Ray swiftly dodged the blow. He followed up with a left punch toward the boy, his bloodshot eyes full of ferocity, then unleashed another powerful right punch with all his strength. Facing that monstrous punch, Ray immediately thought, I can't win against him head-on. Whoosh! Humphrey's violent punch barreled straight toward Ray. Ray ducked down, dodging the attack. He was secretly planning his escape, focusing on Humphrey's every move. He noticed Humphrey's current weak point was his chest. He thought, I'll go for his gaps. Ray seized the moment, lunged forward and struck a left punch to Humphrey's chest, catching him completely off guard. His fist was glowing red, brimming with force. At that moment, his right hand formed a fireball, gradually growing to the size of his palm. His eyes were resolute, reflecting the flames in his hand. The fire burned brightly, intensely. Ray launched a powerful flaming punch straight into his opponent's chest. Goo? Humphrey was stunned by the surprise blow. Once he managed to steady himself, he was still reeling from what had just happened. Dust was still flying from the fierce battle moments ago, and Humphrey stood frozen in place. I lost him? Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Outside, the sky was dark. Rain drizzled down, and voices shouted through the storm. He fought Humphrey just now, so he can't have gone far. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Find him. Rain soaked the muddy ground, splashing mud everywhere. Where did he run off to? A group of about 5 men hurriedly spread out in search of Ray in the pouring rain. Search over there. Not far away. Ray hid behind a large crate, silently listening to their movements. They're going to find me. Ray was about to climb the fence, but he needed to create a distraction. He turned and saw a rock behind him, and a new idea sparked in his mind. Thud. The group flinched and turned toward the sound. Near the entrance. Damned brat. I'll kill him. The group immediately charged toward the noise, running through the rain in the opposite direction from where Ray was. They kept shouting wildly, chase him. Meanwhile, Ray successfully climbed over the fence, escaping the heavily guarded area. Splish splish splish. Ray's feet pounded through the muddy ground, dirt flying everywhere. As he ran, he thought, I've looted the infamous Hector Group's warehouse. They will kill me if they find me. Rumble. Rain continued to fall relentlessly as Ray rushed through the sheets of water. I'm not afraid of dying, but if I'm gone, Ray was thinking while running non-stop. Those kids won't last long. Ray thought about the kids under the bridge. He wanted to repay them but didn't want them to get involved. I can't repay my debt. Ray was both tired and worried. Suddenly, a loud shout came from behind, one of the 5 men hunting Ray. He is here. Ray was startled to be discovered so quickly. He turned his head to look at the man. Oh no. Then he spun around and dashed forward, with the henchman hot on his heels. Get him. They all charged at Ray. But Ray suddenly stopped. A dead end. Fucking hell. Why is this asshole so quick? 2 of the 5 henchmen caught up to him and stood right behind Ray. It was pitch dark. Ray still didn't turn around. He looked into the dead end silently. Kid, there's nowhere to run anymore. One of the 2 threatened him. He raised a sharp knife in front of Ray's face, trying to intimidate him. Come here and spit out what you stole before I poke a hole in your stomach. The other also raised his knife, staring at Ray. Ray carefully observed them. He realized the situation. I don't see Humphrey. He seized the opportunity. And then, Ray's eyes widened. The fire in his hand flared up again. His hand trembled as he tried to focus his power into his left fist. I can win, Ray thought. The henchman got angry and immediately lunged at Ray. Is this little asshole deaf? The other also quickly closed in on him. Ray stood firm, his left fist still blazing. Whoosh! He dodged the opponent's stabbing knife and grabbed the arm holding the knife. The henchman panicked. Bang! Ray delivered a decisive blow to his face. Blood splattered everywhere. His left hand still held the arm gripping the knife. The other shouted loudly, like a fierce tiger wielding a knife to aid his companion, "You bastard." He recklessly charged at Ray with a sharp knife in his right hand. Clap! Ray's fiery hand quickly grabbed his arm. Strength exploded like a blaze. He twisted it outward. His right hand then unleashed lightning. Ready to attack. Crash! Ray reached out. A yellow lightning bolt surged from his right hand toward the man. The powerful lightning pierced through the henchman's body. Ah! Only screams remained, along with a dazzling light on his body. The man immediately fell. Black smoke rising thickly from the spot where the lightning hit. There! I heard noises over there. The remaining men heard the commotion and shouted. Rushing toward that side, Ray clearly understood the situation. He bent down to pick up a knife from one of the two men and thought, there's no end to them. Also, it's not like I can use magic indefinitely. The remaining henchman was also lying flat on the ground due to the lightning strike from Ray earlier. Ray picked up the knife and discovered a hiding spot behind him, that place. Though, patter patter, boom boom boom, the remaining henchman kept chasing Ray through the rain. Damn, where did he run? We can't lose him. In a dark corner, Ray was hiding inside a trash bin. The footsteps are fading. They didn't find me in here. Ray looked up at the trash lid, estimating his distance from the pursuers. Ray sat buried in the filthy trash and decided, let's stay here for the night. His hand still tightly gripped the sharp knife he had taken earlier. He also clearly understood his current situation. If they follow me to the bridge, the kids will be in danger. Rustle rustle, patter patter patter, the rain kept falling, drumming on the trash lid. Ray closed his eyes. He rarely felt this calm. When will the rain end today? Then he gradually fell asleep. The next day, the rain had stopped, the sky remained gloomy, and the wind blew cold gusts that scattered the trash around. Light streamed into the trash bin, waking Ray. I fell asleep. Whoosh! Ray jumped out of the trash bin. Nobody should be here by now. His feet landed firmly, kicking dirt flying everywhere. A chilling voice suddenly sounded. Found you. Ray was startled. He looked toward the voice. It was one of the 5 men hunting him. He hid his right hand behind his back, still holding a sharp steel knife. It's a good thing I came back. Huh? He spoke while waving his hand casually, but his eyes were bloodshot and wide. At the same time, the mana in his chest glowed red. His right hand tightly held the knife, aiming it toward Ray. Ray raised his knife defensively, noticing something off about the color of his spirit vessel. I can tell he's extremely angry by the color of his vessel. But Ray still understood his own condition. I haven't fully recovered yet. Sure enough, the opponent was furious. What? You got a sword? He raised the knife higher, his eyes bloodshot. He smiled while the sharp steel blade gleamed dazzlingly. What a man you are. Then, I won't have to hold back. He immediately stomped his left foot hard on the ground and charged at Ray with the sharp knife. Thud! His leg force was so strong that dirt flew everywhere. He rushed forward like the wind. I'll kill you. His face gleamed with excitement at catching his prey. Ray raised his knife in a defensive stance, facing him head-on. Whoosh! He dodged the stab, causing the opponent to miss and fall forward by momentum. The man was extremely angry. His bloodshot eyes glared at Ray. Whoosh! He swung another knife slash at Ray's face, still with a gleeful expression. Ray leaned down to dodge, kicking up dust. His platinum hair was cut off in tufts by the opponent's knife, falling everywhere. Ray was stunned. Ah! I lost my balance. The henchman's knife was raised high. He stared fiercely. His chilling voice rang out with mocking laughter. Goodbye. Crack. Whoosh! The blade slashed down toward Ray. Ray still stood there, stunned. The blade kept coming down, just as it was about to stab directly into Ray's pupil. Bang! Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, shattering the silent air. It was so loud it left echoes lingering in the space for a moment. Blood splattered all over Ray's face. His eyes were vacant but calm. However, that blood belonged to the henchman chasing Ray. The bullet had pierced right through his head. He immediately collapsed beside where Ray was standing. Ray remained still, looking at the person opposite him. The one who had just fired the shot was still pointing the gun at Ray. It was a tall figure, with long straight legs and a proud stance. Now the man finally spoke. His cold face and deep voice magnetic. That was dangerous. Ray. The gun barrel was still hot from the shot. White smoke swirling around. The gun was pitch black. He pulled out a lighter. Click. Lit a cigarette. Then took a drag and exhaled the smoke. He spoke again. What's with this mess so early in the morning? On his face was an X-shaped scar. He spoke with the cigarette clenched between his teeth. And this man was black-haired Niles, 17th Street boss.